My name's Dr. Manrina Rhode, and I want to talk to you about public speaking. So as dentists, we are not always natural public speakers. We may have a want to speak publicly, but feel quite nervous about doing that, and our imposter syndrome kicks in, and we're like, you know what, I just won't do it because I don't need to do it. First of all, what are the benefits of public speaking? You know, we've got things to share, we've got knowledge to share in so many different aspects, in our clinical aspects within dentistry. We've all got different skill sets and different ways that we do things, but also with the way that we handle the profession itself, with the stress within the profession, how we look after our health or our back, the business side of dentistry, the technology that we use. We've all got information to share, and there's something to be said with sharing our knowledge with our profession. So it's a service that you can provide by public speaking and sharing what it is that you know. Also, by public speaking, you build out your brand, and you know, that's important. It's a profession that hopefully you're proud of, and it's nice to let people know about your expertise, let people know who you are within your profession and how you're doing in the way that you do things. And so there's brand building and respect that comes with public speaking. And also there's a sense of accomplishment that comes from public speaking as well, that makes it worthwhile and something worth doing. It's one of those things like feel the fear and do it anyway. As part of my mentorship program, we have face-to-face days quarterly, and for our next face-to-face day, we are running a mini conference where my mentees are the speakers. So I'm encouraging each one of them to deliver a 20-minute, well, there's more than are able to do, so we've asked 10 of them to deliver a 20-minute presentation on a topic of their choice. So let's talk a little bit about, I've been working with them through that, about how to create the presentations, what should be included in there, how to speak publicly to get them comfortably doing that, so that they can present in a comfortable way in front of their peers, the other mentees who they should be comfortable around. And then from that, we're going to film their presentations and give it to them so that they've got a mini show reel that they can use to evaluate themselves, or also to pass on to other people, to put themselves forward for other speaking engagements moving forward. Because hopefully they've come out of their comfort zone in a comfortable environment, and then are happy to push forward and speak further in other places, so we can open out that speaking pool, which is quite narrow within dentistry. And I think there's a lot more to be gained from all of the thousands of people out there that aren't public speaking. So let's talk a little bit about public speaking and what that presentation might involve. Firstly, I think it's great if you can talk about a subject that you're passionate about. I quite often lecture about veneers, and I am passionate about veneers. People can tell when I'm talking that I'm passionate about my topic and about the way that I do things and smile design and the results that I create, and the reasons why, you know, what my thought process was to get there. And so choose a topic that you're passionate about. Again, it doesn't need to be clinical. If a composite filling or a porcelain veneer doesn't necessarily excite you, then maybe there are things that do excite you. Maybe it's about neurolinguistic programming. Maybe it's about, again, you know, exercises that you can do to help with your back and your posture through dentistry. Maybe it's about a new piece of technology that you're using, the way you use your scanner or your digital workflow, or the way that you design smiles using, you know, various different softwares. It can be clinical, it can be non-clinical. I guess ideally you want it to be something relating to our profession, depending on who your target audience are for this public speaking that you'll be doing. Once you're up on stage, you want to have your slides, but you don't want to be reading from the slides. You really want the slides to give you the gist of what it is you're talking about, and then you want to tell stories around each one of your slides. Much better than just reading out facts and saying do this, that, and the other. A much more engaging way to share your knowledge with the public or people listening is through storytelling, and also more enjoyable. You know, we're good at telling stories. We tell stories when we meet our friends. We go out for dinner. We go to the pub. You know, we tell stories. Oh, this happened, and so said this, and everyone's engaged, and you know, it's a fun thing to do. And it's the same thing when you're public speaking. So tell stories. You want to make sure you're moving and you're using hand gestures. Just standing very still in one place doesn't make for engaging viewing. But if you used, even right now with me talking to you, even not public speaking but speaking on camera, if I use my hands and I'm, you know, it's more interesting to watch. Even on reels on Instagram, you know, they talk about having something moving on the screen at all times, so that it's more engaging for people to watch. So people like movement, so make sure that you're moving on screen. I think the presentation itself can be quite simple. Nice to have it branded, maybe with your brand colors, maybe with your logo, and then just an introductory slide, and then just a few slides, ideally about a slide a minute, to lead you through the presentation, however long it is, so that you've got topics to speak about, and maybe to practice before you start. You may practice giving the presentation, make sure you've got the right length so that you feel comfortable when you're on stage, and maybe film yourself just with your iPhone like I am right now doing the presentation, so you can watch it back, and then you can also see, by seeing yourself, oh actually, yeah, it was more engaging when I moved like this, when I did this slide got a bit boring, maybe I can mix it up like that, maybe that wasn't as clear. So you can watch it back yourself, and maybe you can even get someone to watch you while you're being filmed, so that they can also give their feedback on the presentation. So I hope that was useful and interesting for you. I'm looking forward to bringing all my mentees into more public speaking as we continue to build out their personal brand. If you'd like to hear more about my mentorship program, click below and maybe we'll see you there.